I pull out the expired milk jug and pour it down the sink. It keeps appearing in the fridge. At first, I liked that my scarecrow actually hunted crows, but now it's hunting bigger prey. I'm alone in the hallway heading back to the bedroom. I hear skittering in the bathroom. My parents tell me it's not my fault that my baby sister choked and died after swallowing some Legos. I told her they were candies. We called another exterminator to take care of the rat problem in our basement. This one hasn't come out either. I like to fall asleep to a metronome. Sometimes it pauses mid-click and restarts. When I saw the old doll rocking on the doll chair, I threw it away. What I didn't expect was that the chair would keep rocking. I told the hospital receptionist that my stomach hurt after I ate some eggs. I should have specified that they weren't chicken eggs, because I can feel something crawling inside. I need to get a new alarm clock. It only rings when someone I know is about to die. At first we thought early people placed their dead in caves as an early form of burial. It wasn't until I heard a roar that I realized the true purpose behind it. My son came up to me and told me he broke the lamp in his room. At first I was angry at him until he told me he used it to fend off a man trying to break in. I was watching the news while I waited for my parents to come home from their date. Suddenly I saw a police report of a double murder right outside my house. I set up a series of rat traps by the hole in my wall. When I heard a trap go off, I saw a hand coming from the hole. At first, I was glad to hear from the officer that my wife wasn't among the murdered women who went missing. I found out she was the murderer. I was reading a popular book when something odd happened. I saw my name, address, and it even talked about what I was doing and what I might do next. My tent mate said the blizzard's howling kept him awake last night. As we exit the tent, there are no signs of a storm, and we can clearly make out strange footprints surrounding the tent. My girlfriend asked me to kill the spider on the chair. She didn't tell me it was as big as the darn thing. 3 of us went to a haunted house attraction. Only 2 of us came out. I don't like to go outside, but the puppet strings leave me no choice. It's so dark, I can't see anything in front of me, but when I flick on my lighter, someone blows it out. I went alone through the drive-thru at a fast food restaurant. After I pulled up to retrieve my burger, the cashier asked if my buddies in the back seat wanted something as well. I asked my kids if they wanted to play fort. They did their best to help me barricade the door. I try to get out of bed, but I pass out whenever I try to sit up. I knew something was wrong when I woke up in my quiet, dark room. My husband snores. I screamed at the tour guide to watch out. He never heard me. That thing is following me down the road. I'm almost out of gas. The last man on Earth sits on the couch. There is a knock at the door. You hear your phone ringing, only to hear that it's your dead sister's voice on the other line saying, "It's me, I'm here." Do you remember those nights that you felt someone watching you through the window? I do. There's no such thing as zombies, but that only makes the people eating my family even scarier. They found scratches inside the coffin, but what really bothered them was the ones they found on the outside. People say my daughter has her mother's face. What they don't know is that she really does. I can hear my sister running and singing from behind her bedroom door, her footsteps echoing in the hallway, but my sister is standing right next to me. My granny's cremation was upsetting for the whole family. She wouldn't stop screaming. "He's dead," the doctor declared. "Why can't he hear me screaming?" As I sat staring into the mirror, all I could think was that my face didn't look right. Honestly, this man's skin doesn't fit well at all. He closed his eyes and let the wind rush past his face. He didn't want his last moments focusing on the ground rushing up to meet him. They delivered the mannequins in bubble wrap. From the main room, I began to hear popping. He died of hunger, but not his own hunger. To the woman who keeps pounding on my door at night, I'm not letting you out. Sitting in a flower-covered field in the summer with his girlfriend, he asked her again, "What scares you the most?" She replied in a whimpering voice, "You." I went on a hike last night. I saw a wolf, but I didn't know they could walk on 2 legs. I heard the rain hitting my window, so I walked over to watch. My window wasn't wet, but the glass was covered in fingerprints. Scientists have made an amazing discovery. People shouldn't have shadows. Richard soared high into the sky with the exhilaration of his newfound powers of flight. His smile quickly disappeared when he realized he could not fly down. I had sealed myself in the sub's control room, the last living member of my crew. Then the lights went out and everything was silent, save for the soft, wet thumping of fleshy limbs against the bulkhead. My wife called me this morning to say that she misses me and looks forward to seeing me again tonight. There's a clean circle in the dust on the mantel where her ashes should be. As the only human immune to the plague, I'd been willing to give a sample of my DNA for study so we might find a cure. Now, years later, every face I look into is my own. Every voice I hear is the same that throbs in my throat. And every thought that is given utterance is one that I have had or will soon have. With intense curiosity, I flipped the switch downward and saw through a glass pane the man in the next room collapse lifeless to the floor. I hoped that I'd please my superiors, but as I turned to the control room, I saw them looking at me, curiously, with a hand on a switch of their own. I love the feeling you get down your neck when you feel like someone's behind you. It's so nice to be noticed.